Hi. Good morning. It's another good, great, beautiful, sunny day here in Southern California. We're supposed to have some really great weather today, and so that's pretty awesome, okay? Anyway, I am Jackie. I am the store owner of Shabbyology. We're a local store here in Southern California, in Covina, California. And I am here today, as every Friday at 9 o'clock, to inspire everyone for home decor and gift sharing. So, hello, Rick Granger. Welcome. You found it. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. Okay, so I just also, I'm going to wait a little bit until someone comes on, but I'm going to get going because, you know, there might be people on a replay later. So anyway, and let me just see if I can get this on my iPad. Hopefully it will come on. So since, I don't know if it'll work. I've gotten it, I don't know. It won't. I don't know what's going on here with it, but okay, let me see here. Darn it. I wish it would. Wait a minute, maybe it's coming up. Oh, here it is. Yay, I found it. Okay. Hopefully I can, it's a little bit delayed on my iPad. I do notice that. Oh, and let me take off my, turn down the volume. How do I change the volume? Oh. Change the volume. I don't know how to do the volume on this. Oh, right here. Come on. There it goes. Okay. So on the iPad you won't hear on the iPad I won't hear my. Okay. Let's get started. Okay. So whoops. Okay, so as I showed you guys last week, this is still a little bit wet. Let me dry this a little bit more. Oh, what's going on here? Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Hello. Okay. I'm just going to dry this real quick, and I also want to remind everyone that tomorrow is our spring open house, so we will be have our outside vendors as usual. We will be open 10 to 5, our normal 10 to 5, but we will be having our what do you call it, all our Easter products out. We will have all our some spring items. We have a couple new little displays also. We also now have a wine department, so you know, you can pick up some wine gifts if you like. Hello, Miss Kathy. And let's see, what else? That's about it, really. We're going to have, oh, I can't pronounce the guy's name, but he has frescas and mini pancakes. So that's going to be one of our vendors. So anyway, I'm trying to talk over this speaker. And let me get this going. Okay, I think this is good enough. Okay, so last week, I'm going to put your phone, put the phone down here so you can see a little bit better, okay? So last week, remember I showed you how this was just a plain old vase, and it just plain clear vase, right? Now what we did is we see all these little bumps, these little dots. So those dots are hot glue. So if you take your hot glue gun, now I don't see why I can't see any comments on my iPad. That was the whole purpose of having the iPad. Let me see if that'll work. Oh, hopefully. Okay. I can't see the comment. Hi, Bonnie. Darn it. This was the whole thing about getting this thing on here so that I could see the comments on here and be able to read them. And, you know, bigger. I don't know. Oh, here they come, here they come. Yay! Okay, I kind of can see. That's weird. I don't see any comments, but I see. I wonder what that means. No. Okay, I don't know. I can't see the comments. I can only see them up in the camera up on top. Ugh, darn it. I'm going to have to try to still figure this out. Anyway, so here's a tip of when you are putting glue dots on something. It's kind of like in the old days of when, or not old days, but in the days of when you're like cake decorating. When you take the hot gun and you are putting the dot on, what you do is you hold it there in place and kind of just a little bit play with, because we all know that hot glue tail that follows us, right? So you let it kind of go in there and let it kind of sit, and then you don't have as big of a tail, and you don't get those little tips, okay? So it does go nice and smooth. Now I do have to tell you as well, if you're doing something on a you know, a surface like this, a curved surface, you have to actually hold it and let these dots become white, you know, kind of cloudy, because if you move it and go to the other side, it's gonna what do you call it, you know, slide over, not slide over, but move over, and you'll have more of this than a dot. Okay, so what I did in order to do this, because we all know it's hard to paint on glass, so what we do is we darn, it makes me mad I can't see the comments. Darn it. Well, okay. Hopefully by next week I'll be able to do it. So anyway, so what you do is before you do glass, you have to use a product that we carry here in the store, and it's a Dixie Belle product, and it's called Slick Stick. And what that is it's a primer, an adhesive primer. So because you want the paint to adhere to the glass, right? Or any other slick surface, okay? So here's a prime example, hopefully you can tell the difference, is you see how this is painted here and this is not. This is the side that has the Slick Stick on it. So you could just put one coat on, you let it dry. I generally let it dry like 24 hours, and then you can start painting it. You see how you can tell the difference? Hopefully you can tell the difference of the paint. So that's what we did to this. We put a coat of Slick Stick, let it dry, came in, well, you put the dots on first, then you put the Slick Stick, let it dry, and then you can paint it, okay? Now what I did here today, I don't know if you can quite tell, but I kind of did like a little texture on it, just by pouncing my paintbrush, and you'll see that on the next item as well. So what I'm going to do here is, now it can be cute as it is right now, however, now, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some cute stuff for the spring. Okay, we want to make this a spring little vase. Okay, let me get this off. And I'm not going to even need a bunch of, better put that over here. a bunch of paint that I can probably just use out of the lids, okay? If it seems to be a little bit too thick, then I'll just change it up a little bit. Let me get this off. I should have done that from the top on those guys too. Actually, probably from this yellow. I'm going to switch it over and do the bottom. So I hope everybody has some good plans for this weekend. We will be busy here at Chapology because we're going to have our spring open house, as I mentioned earlier. Good. Okay, that's more coverage. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take a small... No, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead of myself. Now, just like, whoops, when you're painting furniture... This is a good tip. Before you, okay, this is considered detail, okay? This is considered detail, okay? Before you do a detailed item, I'll use this brush. What I like to do is I like to paint, put a top coat. And the reason why you do that, you just do a really, it doesn't have to be perfect, because what you're doing, the reason why you're putting the top coat on is our paint is porous paint, and it's still porous, whether it's on wood, whether it's on metal, whether it's on glass, the paint itself is porous. And so what happens is, I'm putting top coat on here. I'm just using our flat. It doesn't matter because that's not going to be the finish, because I'll probably, I don't know if I'll use flat or satin. You just want to make sure you get a good around those dots, because what happens with our paint being porous, and I'll show you real quick, is that if I were to start painting this without putting this clear coat on top, when I go to paint those little circles, which is going to take some time, so we're not going to spend the whole time painting every single one, because you guys will get the concept. Let's see here. Make sure you get it clear. You want to make sure you don't get any like little puddles around the dots either, okay, because they will dry. You want to kind of make sure you don't get anything around, okay. Just kind of looking at it real carefully. Okay, so we're going to put that aside for now. I'm going to quickly dry this because you want it dry. Let's see, I don't know who else. Hi, Betty. I apologize, I can't still figure out how to get show the comments on my iPad. Okay. Now, when you're painting something like this, obviously you can't put this in the dishwasher. It would have to be hand painted. Hand washed. But the inside is still usable as far as like if you still want to put water with flowers in it. So, because we're not painting the inside. Okay, I think that'd do it. Yeah, there's a good quantity here that we can paint on. So, like I said, I need to get a little, I use a little thin angular brush like this, see, so that way you're gonna do, this is kind of detailed work. So I'm just gonna set it on here. I'm gonna start with these little soft pastel colors, and I'll start with right here. And you're just gonna paint them as best as you can, okay? Now, the reason why also is that, I mean, you can get very detailed on coming around the sides, you know, because obviously the dot has some height to it, so you want to get the edges. Okay. Okay. And luckily I have extra of these little things, so I can use a different brush for each color. And let me see this one. This might be a little bit too thick, but that's okay. Okay, so then we'll go to this one. Can you guys see okay? Yeah. And then you go to this one and you just go around. Now, I'll give you an example. The reason why I put that top coat on first. This is going on. Now, let's just say, and I'll do it. Let's say I made a mistake and all of a sudden I went like that. Okay? Well, the good reason why we put that top coat on is because you can take a wipe and wipe that right off. Okay? You see how that worked very nicely? So you can do this when you're doing with furniture. If there's some little detail in there that you want to, obviously I'm choosing spring Easter colors. And you just take your time, go around, okay? Okay, what was the other color? Oh, yeah. So I'm using, let's see, Tea Rose, Sea Glass, Mellow, Rebel Yellow, and Apricot for these. Let's put it up here. Nice spring colors, huh? It was so much fun yesterday. A lot of us were here and rearranging the store, getting ready, and I'll have the clan here again today. So look, doesn't that look cute? I love it. Now, I have to say, what do you call that? You know, the white that has all the hobnob, I think. I love that stuff. So you can randomly, you can always just pick one and just kind of, let's see, I'll do this one. And then once you get all your dots painted, then you'll go over it with your top coat again. Okay? Now, even though I used this top coat and it was the flat top coat, let's say I wanted it to use the glossy for my finish. You can. Doesn't matter. Ooh, that's so cute. Okay, let me put another yellow. I'll do a yellow here. I'm actually surprised I'm doing such a well enough job. I usually would be making a mess. So I hope you guys have some fun things happening for the weekend. And, ooh, let's do some of this sea glass. Over here. And you can, you could go around with your one color and hit different spots. Sometimes I just like to change it or keep all each colors because I never know. until I place them, you know. Okay. Yeah, look how cute that is. Okay, so you guys get the idea. Look, see, isn't that cute? I think it's cute. Now, obviously, like I said, once you get all the dots on here, you put a coated clear coat on. It doesn't matter whether it's the flat, satin, gloss, it doesn't matter. And then you could always dress this up as well. You could put a ribbon around the neck, you know, if you like. I kind of like things plain, so, and I did a little bit of texture. You can kind of see a little bit, okay? So now, let's move on to the other piece, okay? But I got to put these in water and put these lids on. So, now what I did, that was the first one that I showed you. Remember where half of it was painted and half had this slick stick on it? So we're not going to bother with painting it, the other half. We're just going to work on the concentrate on the half that's already has paint on it. And our bunnies. Okay, get this lid on. Okay, so here's my bunny color. Okay. I may have to make this a little bit lighter. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is set this guy aside. I don't know if I'll use this piece or not. Okay, so you see these little bunnies. Now, how I got these bunnies is that we used to sell silicone molds from a particular company. Well, I don't carry those any longer. I have a few marked down, but we also have our house stock. So we have molds available. If you ever want to have some molds, you could easily come in, sit down, use our molds. You know, you just buy the clay and be off. But what I did here is I used the clay, I rolled it out, and I used cookie cutters to get these rabbit shapes. So this is a large cookie cutter, obviously. This is a small cookie cutter. Now what I did here is I also did a little bit of texture, again, on the jar. Now, on this one again, you're going to put, because at this point we're just going to concentrate on these bunnies. So again, you want to put, because these bunnies are actually raised a lot more than those dots were on the other one, you definitely want to get, you know, paint the sides of it. Now, if I was going to leave these bunnies this same color, and at this point just paint a nose or something, or, you know, paint the pink inside the ears, that would be fine. Except today, we're going to go with the brown bunnies, and that's why I want this top coat on there, because if I accidentally, like I showed you, if I accidentally get any of the brown on the paint, I could just wipe it off. Okay, so that's our top coat. And there's still plenty in that jar. I'm going to let this dry, and see, I got a little bit running right here. I don't want it running. And I got a little bit too here. Okay. Let me put that back. I'm sorry if I can't see who's on. I'll review it. Gotta hope I can get this figured out next week. I got it on the iPad and I can see, but I can't see the comments. It says for me that I can write a comment, but it doesn't show me the comments that you guys are doing. Oh, you know what? I just thought of something. maybe, maybe I use the iPad as the camera on me, and then use the overhead and turn that as the second item. No, that's not going to work. Okay. All right, so this is dry. I'm going to put this right here. Let this up. So now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little additive that we have here. Oops, I didn't get a spoon. I'll just use one of these. Now, where's my... Oh, for goodness sakes. Here's my other little container. Okay, so I'm just gonna, actually I'm gonna add the little paint first. I'm gonna use pine cone for my bunnies. Put this in here. Come on. Okay, I'm not gonna need a lot. This might be even way too much. And we have an item here, it's an additive. I'm gonna add some of this into my paint. And you just stir it up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to make more paint. Now, on the texture that I did on the vases, I just did that texture with the paintbrush. I just basically pounced the paintbrush. So it's not a real heavy, texture. I just wanted it a light texture. This is where I want, well, on such a small little bunnies, I'm not going to get a big texture, but something a little bit different than the other. And you kind of want to stir this till it's like they say brownie consistency. So that's what we're going to do. I think this should be okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, now just put this right here. I'm going to use this little paintbrush. Now you can paint this stuff on, but I'm going to pounce it on. Can you see, honey? Let me move over here. So I'm just going to pounce this on. Okay. Now you can I can let this first coat dry, and I can come back and do a second coat, and it kind of even gives it more of a texture. Now around the edges, I'm going to have to use the other kind of paintbrush, because this is too big to... And I could do bigger glops. See, like this. Can you see kind of the difference of the... For some reason, the brown brownies, the brown bunnies are popular this year. I've had a lot of people, you know, within the last couple weeks, with them knowing that we're going to be bringing out our Easter stuff. Oh, you can have brown bunnies. So here you go. We got brown bunnies. Okay. This really is a baby bunny cookie cutter, but okay. Oh my gosh, this is going to be so cute. In fact, I might even dry it and then do a second coat. Okay. And of course, I have way too much just for these two little bunnies. So now I'm going to get and go around the sides. Again, you have to, you know, this is a little bit thicker than those dots. So you really need to get around the edges. Now here, I'm not going to pounce as much because I want it to be nice and clean looking. It will still have some bit of a texture, but of course not nearly as much texture as on the top. And again, this is why I put the top coat on, so that if I do happen to slip, I can wipe it right off. This is a little narrow in here. Okay. A little bit of extra top coat sitting here, but that's all right. I'll just spread it through. Oh, see, we have to wipe that. I will paint the bottom. I just didn't paint the bottom because I needed it to stand up to dry. But before this goes out on the floor, I will paint the bottom. Okay. Oh, little spot here. There. See? Pretty cute, huh? I think I'll have to go in there, over there, and clean it up a little bit. And then, like I say, this can dry, which I'll do the blow dryer and show you. Because I have plenty of extra. Although I'm not going to discard that little cup of, because I have another little piece. Actually, I might just do that while I have it here. I love using the cookie cutters for all this type of stuff. And the air dry clay is very easy. You just, as it says, air dry clay, just let it dry overnight. And yeah, I got to clean that up a little bit. And then you just let it, it dries white. Now, I do know there's a brand that has like a terracotta color, but I don't use that. I use the white. And you can paint it, you can stain it. Now, what I did in order, because obviously you can see that this vase is rounded and it's curved. I did not make the rabbit or anything on a clay. You can't let it dry flat. You have to actually adhere the clay to the piece, tape it down with, so it will dry with the curve of the piece that you're doing. And so you let that dry. Then once it's dry, then you can obviously remove the paint. Then you tape or glue the item to the vase or the pot or wherever you're going to put it, around the edge of the furniture or whatever. Be better off if I did that. And then you just adhere it with the wood glue. And shoot, yeah, I'm really making a mess here. And that's okay, I can fix it. That's the whole reason why we did the top coat, remember? And oh my gosh, the texture is drying so cool. I think I will do a second coat to make the texture a little bit thicker. But that's it. Now next week, I have no idea what I'm going to do. But March is National Craft Month. So I'm thinking the whole month of March I'll do crafts rather than painting a piece of furniture. And then we'll go from there. There. Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. I don't know if you can tell the texture, but see how sideways maybe you can see? Look at, isn't that going to be cute? It looks like really like a chocolate bunny. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little thing and get some water and see if I can get this extra paint off of here. Nope, I'm going to have to use a wipe. And even though I've got this on here, if I have to touch it up with the white paint, no big deal. But you see how easy it comes off? I think I need a bigger I mean a wetter. See how it came? I always forget I'm off camera. So let me get a newer wipe so it's not quite so dry. And we'll just wipe this off. Come in here, wipe this off. Just keep changing your spot on your cloth. Right here. There. So again, just a reminder, if you're in the area, we are having our spring open house tomorrow, 10 to 5. We have our vendors outside again. I think that that other one I'm going to leave. This one I might clean up a little bit, because it doesn't look so bad. It also helps to have a little bit of a nail that you can get in there. Now see, like this one, I can't get in there with my nail. Where's that? I don't know if I can get this in here wet enough to get this off of here. Yep. Perfect. Let's put this in here. Clean this up. I know it's tough when you have a dark and a light colors, but there you go. Now, I'm telling you, had I not put that top coat on first, I would have had to repaint that white area. And actually, this chalk paint, oh, now see, I wiped off a little bit of that, so I've got to touch it up. And yeah, if I would have not put that top coat on, it would have really been tough for me to get that brown off of that area, those areas. Okay, so there you go. Now what I'm going to do, obviously once this dries really well, I think I will do a second coat on it too, to make it even pop a little bit more thicker. And then the only thing I'll do here is probably just do like an eye and a little nose. Same thing here, an eye and a nose, maybe a little bit pink up here on the ears. And then I'll just top coat the whole thing again, and boom, it will be done. Again, wouldn't this be cute? You could put like a brown and white checked ribbon, or a combination of brown and white and pink and white, and put a ribbon around here, put some beautiful flowers in it. Okay? I think it's cute. Anyway, so, in fact, let me show you. I can't resist this. Where'd I go? Here it is, here it is, here it is. So, there's another project. I don't know if I'll be able to do it on video, but I don't know if some of you have seen where they have the bunnies now that have like the little glasses and stuff. Well, I have a friend who does the wood flowers, or wood cutting. So I made this bunny out of the clay, okay? And then these will be, look at, and then we're gonna put the glasses on here. Now you could make something like this, make it an ornament. I'm gonna do something different with it. It's not gonna be an ornament. But, I mean, look how cute that's going to be, right? And I think, since I have this brown texture, I think I will make this a brown. And then I'll probably paint the glasses white or pink, maybe pink as a girl or whatever. So, but there's so many things out there. But I certainly appreciate you guys tuning in. Hi, Grace. And, yeah, chocolate bunnies to eat and to decorate with, right? That's my saying. So anyway, I'm sorry I missed some people, but I'll check back and see how who I missed. But anyway, you guys have a good weekend, and I am going to finish this because I think this is just so cute. Actually, both of them, I think they're cute. But I'm going to finish this since I have all the supplies out. We'll be opening soon, and then we'll be ready to go. We still have quite a bit to do to get ready for tomorrow, but it's always an exciting day. So anyway, we'll see you next Friday, 9 o'clock. And everybody, please work on something, a home decor or gift project that you can share. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next Friday. Bye.